no-show, so.
Hey guys, it's Narenzade and the Sustainable Center, and
Hello.
we're going to talk about the scenarios for the upcoming Sylvania GT. I know that Anthony has been putting a lot of effort into painting his dwarfs as of yesterday
Yes.
to get them ready, and I've been painting Skaven slaves since like June. So we both have varying levels of commitment to this GT, but I figured I figured we might as well discuss some of the scenarios because I thought a couple of them were pretty interesting. I know that Anthony has a different viewpoint, and I look forward to hearing about his likes and mostly dislikes in his thick Jersey accent. Um,
Forget about it.
so round one is Blood and Glory. When this scenario first came out, I was actually really, really excited because I thought it was just going to be straight up Blood and Glory.
It
Like,
never is.
but like, see, for me, like, if it was straight up Blood and Glory, my immediate reaction wasn't to be like, shit. It was to be like, wow, I have to change my list now because now I need to think about something else besides just killing everything.
I think
And
I think Blood and Glory is a straight up one is an excellent Game 5 mission because it can get done quickly.
yes, I would agree with that. I also think it's just a good mission to have because
It
it,
forces balance and composition.
right, it's just something that you don't normally see, like, and it just makes people play things that are different. And then like the downside though is that it seems like some people are like, oh well, then I can't bring the army I want, and it's like, well, good, like then you have to change things and like play according to the missions. I mean,
Right. I have a feeling that Sylvania's taking it kind of easy on these mission pack just because they're a new GT. Like, Corey for Crossroads, he'll sell his GT out with a 20-person wait list of 120 slots in 20 hours. I think that's what it's sold out for the fall, right? So he can make whatever mission he wants, whatever comp he wants. He runs a good event. People are going to go. If the Sylvania comes out and completely alters the way people are used to playing at other GTs, you may not get a high turnover. So I anticipate maybe they'll carve more of their identity in the
right.
future. Like they're going to allow, they said in the future events, all the end time stuff.
Oh
So,
yeah, see that's great. So I was actually talking to my buddy. We were like, we should start our own GT as the Hammer Bros. And I'm like, we would just do crazy missions, like absolutely
not that
insane.
hard to
Like,
run. It's not that hard to run a GT. You need to copy and paste somebody else's missions and comp, and you need to pay for a venue. That's basically.
nah, bro, I'd want to do like a brawlers thing, like 5,000 points. Anyway, so the mission's 100% based off the Blood and Glory scenario, except for the breaking part, which is kind of really important.
Like the whole point of the mission. So
Yeah,
everyone starts with 3, and I think that's dumb because, yeah, like you said, if it was straight up Blood and Glory, people would have to alter their lists. Typically, people don't because, oh, I give my opponent 1,000 victory points if I break first. Whatever, I'm just going to table them, right? And I'll get
right.
500 instead of 1,000. That was the attitude at Brawlers. But here, you only get 300 victory points for breaking the opponent first, and everybody gets +3. So I could literally take 2 Fortitude, just my obligatory general, which, like, certain armies can do, like demons, because they don't need a BSB if they're all different gods.
Right.
And they get Fortitude 5, which
I'm,
isn't really fair.
I'm kind of wondering if most armies will get broken.
They may not be because if I'm bringing 4 or 5 Fortitude because that's my normal number, and then you tack 3 more onto it, I could lose my general BSB and main unit that would normally break me with 4 of my 5 Fortitude, and I'm still okay because I've got 3 plus this one other unit with a flag,
Yep.
right? But there's not a whole lot of points at stake here. I just look at this as battle line. I mean, are you going to go out of the way to break somebody first for an extra 150 points?
Probably not.
Yeah, so it's kind
Well,
of. eh.
well, actually, I hear I might be playing some dwarf douchebag, so I'm probably going to go to break him on turn one.
Considering all my fortitudes in one unit, if you break it, it will be yours. No, 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 no. I'll fortitude 4 because I have a long beard holding his dick. With a
Oh,
flag. Plus
wow.
3 is 4, so you got to get both bricks.
That's bullshit. I quit. I don't
Yeah.
want to do it anymore. Actually,
Yeah.
I asked him a question, and if so, because they do the lookout, sir, with the uh, the dreaded 13th and whatnot. If I
Mm-hmm.
kill everything but the characters, I get a unit of clan rats.
Sure, that's cool.
Seems fair, right?
I don't really care if your clan rats are engaging my lord on shield bearers. I'm really not.
No, I wouldn't imagine you would be, but I was sitting there and I was like, you need to kill the unit, but like this says you get to look out, sir. So like there will always be one guy left. So like, do I even need to like bring clan rats? Because like,
No, I wouldn't bother. I don't think you take Dread of 13th to get the clan rats, right? It's like, do you take the
no,
hell pit to get the rat swarms after it dies? No, it's
no,
it's just a thing, right? You take
yeah,
you take the Dread of 13th so you could turn like 25 fucking white lions into in dead, right?
that that actually might be my favorite thing to do. I lied. That is my favorite thing to do. Fuck that banner. And the bonus points are +1 for killing the general, +1 for breaking the enemy, +1 for having a unit in the enemy deployment zone, +1 for killing the most expensive enemy unit, and +1 for not being broken. That's a lot of bonus points, I think.
The more bonus
Like,
points you have, the less likely you're gonna have a tie at the end of the tournament. So that's kind of the.
yeah, I like it.
I don't really care about
Are
the
you a
bonus
fan?
points. I don't normally go out of the way to get them. You know, if I table you, right, I'll
Mm,
get the general. I'll break you. I'll have killed your most expensive unit, and I may or may not have been broken. Probably not with this +3 if I tabled you. And getting an enemy unit in the deployment zone, good luck with that if you're dwarves. But you know that's maybe something you pick up at the end of the game. But most tablings occur before turn 6.
yeah,
So then we would just assume when we do the score sheet, oh yeah, you got that +1 because it's uncontested board.
right.
So if you just go for the table, you naturally scoop these things up. Where if it was like +1 for each table quarter you hold, and we end the game on turn 4, you may not get everything in each table quarter.
Right.
That would be, I think, a more interesting bonus point system there, and that would be 4 points right there.
Hmm.
As opposed to have to write up all these different ones, but that's taking from a real mission. So
Huh. All right. So round 2, the Vortex. Deployment type: 12-inch pinch battle. Mission: at the start of every game turn, on the first turn, place a counter somewhere that's visible to both players. Increases every game turn. When a wizard or model casts a spell and they roll irresistible force, they suffer a number of miscast results equal to this counter. If wizards ignore the miscast, blah blah blah, normal miscasting stuff. If they are immune to it or whatever, they roll for each one. 50 points extra for killing a wizard. 100 points if they're your general. I'll let you go first on this, Mr.
I love
Dwarfman.
this mission because I was talking to Mike because he runs a monthly tournament, and I was over there in September, and I was asking him about why you're not comping this and that, and he's like, because I put the Vortex mission in, which is just meant to totally bone, Fate Weaver, Light Councils, big supercasters like Vampire Lords and Demon Princes from the Warriors of Chaos, High Elves who run the stupid Banner of the World Dragon thing, because even though they get the 2-up ward against the explosions, they have a lot of chances of getting sucked down the warp. So I really like this mission because magic can be pretty crazy, and now that I'm bringing dwarves, I really like this mission because
Stop it.
I don't have to do anything. But I think it's really interesting, and I think it's more alluding to the fact that, hey, just don't make your magic phases about throwing 6 dice at a spell.
The thing is, though, man, is like someone or multiple people are gonna throw 2 dice at a spell on turn 5 and just get fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean that's part of the game, right? So what's going to happen is 1 or 2 people that could probably win the GT are going to get fucked by this game, and they're going to be super pissed, and that's
Yeah,
just that's life, right? It's going to
that's
be really decisive. Like normally you'll piddle out a spell with 2 or 3 dice. Like I got 9 dice, so I'm going to 6 dice this other spell, but I got these other 3. Let me throw some stupid thing. People won't do that.
see.
So
I wish that there was just a little bit of like a bonus so like the scenario's just not fucking you. Like I was talking to my buddy and I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if you got like plus the counter to cast them? So like you're getting +1,
well,
+2.
not really when you're facing like a dwarf, right? Because the dwarves don't scale.
Right, but the dwarf's also not going to get fucking his whole army bombed. Like,
You don't need to make the magic any easier because then with the plus something to cast, by turn 5, you could throw like 1 dice at a spell as long as you roll 3 or greater. You're probably going to get it. So this whole mission's goal is to deter people from, again, taking the supercasters. Not like somebody who has a level 4. If you just have a level 4 like you do in your army, it's a threat, but not that much more of a threat as opposed to like when I was going to run my Light Council. That whole thing's built off of magic, If I
Right.
miscast, my whole fucking bunker's going to explode because I'm going to get 3 rolls of like a 6 or an 8, whatever one that is, that I take a strength 6 hit on my wizards, and they're all just going to die.
Right.
So I think it's not, there's no comp in this GT, but it's encouraging people to maybe not spend 600 points in Magic.
Yeah. I get it. I get it. I just, like I said, I just wish there was like a little something, maybe an extra power dice every phase, just something, so that way it's not, hey, you the Magic.
He used to run missions where you get +3, -3. So at the start of every player turn, you'd roll for the Magic phase, and on a D6 and on a 4+, you'd get +3 to casting that turn, which was insane. But if you rolled a 1 through 3, you got -3 to casting that turn. And that sounds balanced, but it was totally broken because you'd get to the phase you really needed, and you'd huck a D6, and you'd get like -3. So your level 4 is now a level 1, so you just get schooled.
Right. Yeah.
Or the exact opposite. So I didn't like that either. But
Yeah, but either way, I think the scenario is at least different enough to where like it's at least interesting. Like now, when we get down to turn 6 and I'm looking at that Dread of 13th spell, I'm gonna be like, I don't think I should do this,
yeah, I don't think it's necessary.
and then I'm gonna totally YOLO cast it anyway. You're gonna hear me from across the room.
Well, as long as you run, your Gracier's dead. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and then the bonus points: +1 for killing all enemy spellcasters, +1 for killing the first unit in the game, +1 for having a unit in the deployment zone, +1 for not miscasting, and +1 for destroying 50% of the enemy army. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, pretty achievable. Just trying to kill the enemy army.
Yeah.
I like the +1 for like first blood. That's what they call that in 40K. And I like that +1 point because it means people just don't throw shit away. It changes a little bit of how you play, and it's only one person can earn that bonus point. That's nice. It's not nice when everybody can get every bonus point.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. Round 3. Deliver the message. 12-inch diagonal via meeting engagement. Select 3 non-character units. These units are carrying messages and must exit the enemy table edge. For each one doing so, you're awarded 150 victory points. For each messenger unit killed, they award 100 victory points. Note, you may only select one unit that scouts to have a message. Messengers that go off the table return the following turn exactly as they chase an enemy off the table. No messenger may exit the board on the first turn of the game. Oh man, I'm really glad that they did that whole scout thing. I didn't see that before.
Well, originally this mission, and this was again just back in September, was you got only 100 victory points for getting the unit off the board. The unit that was delivering the message could not march. And me and my opponent looked at each other like, I'm going to pick my cannons and my chariot. And he's like, I'm going to pick my fellbats or some trash unit. Because some units couldn't even get off the board, right? Unless you picked a cav unit at that point, you couldn't even get off the board. And it was more of a hindrance than anything. Who cares about 100 victory points? And I say like the same thing here. Who cares about 150 victory points? I guess if you're running a ton of fast cav, like Dark Elves or something, you can do this mission quite easily and scoop up some points. But I don't know about you, but I need my fast cav and chaff to do stuff, not go dance off the board for 150 victory points. At Crossroads, if you grabbed an ejector marker and you went off your opponent's table, you got 400 points.
Yeah.
That's a lot, and 300 for the flanks. That's worth it, not 150.
What I'm probably going to end up doing is I'm going to pick both my gutter runner units, and I'm going to scout one in, and then I'm going to ambush the other in.
Yeah, that can work.
And
but here's
then,
the question you got to ask him: if you come off of your opponent's back table edge, does that count?
right? Like I got to know because that's what's going to happen. And then I'm probably just going to pick like a rat dart or something.
Yeah, something insignificant.
Yeah, I mean, because you definitely don't want to make it, oh, my hell pit's going to do it. No, he's not. Like,
I think inexperienced players, this is going to be their grave because they're going to pick like whole units and it's going to distract them from the, they're going to dangle the carrot out there, and when I'm trawling on table 50 or however low it goes, that's the person I'm going to beat up game 3 because they're going to be worried about delivering the message and I'm not.
Yeah.
What am I going to pick? I'm going to pick my 2 gyros, and then I'm fucked because nothing else will make it.
No, dude, you gotta think positive. You gotta pick your iron breakers, dude.
They're never gonna make it to the other side of the board. They're movement 3.
Can you cast Van Hell's Dance Macabre? Like, is there any way you can do like, some end time shit and like do that?
Ass. Yeah, right away.
Yeah, no, with dwarfs, yeah, unless it's a gyrocopter, good luck. I don't even think it's possible.
No.
This is a pretty straightforward scenario. I mean, would it be now? Here's a question: would it be more interesting if the mission had to start in your deployment zone, or the message had to start in your deployment zone, and then whoever gets the most messages off the board wins the game?
I think we have to get away from this victory point methodology. So anything, yes, that doesn't just encourage, the
Hello? Oh God, don't drop, Anthony, don't drop. Oh, you did drop. Oh, this is incredibly awkward. Hi guys, we're experiencing some technical difficulties here. I'm going to regale you with a little tale right now. So I'm going to be going to a local tournament here shortly, this Saturday. I'll be bringing my Skaven, prepping for the GT. It's going to be pretty interesting, I think. Should be plenty of opponents. I think I'm going to play something like I'm going to go Warriors, Ogres, Demons. I think that's the order two I'm going to pick. Let's see if Anthony gets back in here. Let's see if he can get back in here. If not, we're just going to have to do it again. Okay. He's not ready. Let's come back in. So I guess this is the point where I reveal one of my big ideas. So what I'm thinking is, anyone who's familiar with like the NCAA or anything like that, I'm going to be running something called the Tournament of Lords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick 2 lore choices from each book and randomize them and give them the best equipment they can possibly get, like mounts and everything, not giving a crap about points or anything like that. So like you could have, a Prophetess of the Lady fighting a Vampire Lord on a Zombie Dragon. Like that's just the way it works. And if we get a perfect bracket, because I'm going to have people guess, if you like subscribe on the video that I post up, and you have a perfect bracket, I'm going to give you something like I have a couple things new in box, like Hurricanum and stuff like that. So we'll give away some prizes and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get that going. I'm going to restart this call, though, and try and invite the Sustainable Center back, and that's what we'll do. So I'll see you guys in a minute.